Hi, are you under major stress every morning because of banks? Do you have a sick feeling in your stomach when you wake up and you're constantly worrying about the envelopes coming to the letterbox? Well, maybe I can help. Hi, my name is Mark Beggs from Right Frame Academy, and today I want to talk to you about stress, banks and money. You know, the sad thing nowadays is an awful lot of people can take their life because of money, and nobody should die because they owe money to a bank or to any other financial institution. But it's one of the major factors that's causing stress in our everyday lives. Like, does this describe you? I'm going to give you two scenarios. One, are you sitting there on a Friday looking at your pay-as-you-go electric meter? It's into the negative. Every pay-as-you-go meter gets a €5 extra credit. So are you sitting there on a Friday at 5 o'clock when it's at $4.99, hoping that'll go 5 o'clock and that you have electricity for the whole weekend till you can get money on Monday? Or worried that if it hits 5 and the electricity goes off just before that you'll have to use the last £10 that you have in your wallet to pay for electricity? Is that you? Or was me? It's a lot of people. Or on a Friday, an envelope comes through the door and you know it's from the bank and you have an awful lot of sick feeling in your stomach of what the letter's going to say and you haven't got a clue what to do and you're worried about losing your home. We've all been there. I live in Ireland. In the last 5 years, this country has gone through a major financial crisis. An awful lot of people, hundreds of thousands of people, risk losing their homes and are sick to their stomach every day when they wake up. And it needn't be like that. One of the biggest challenges when you are in financial pressure and in financial trouble is how you handle it and how you handle the stress. And really, to handle the stress, you need to handle the problem. And the problem doesn't mean going about trying to find the money to pay it. Sometimes solving the problem isn't finding the money. That may not be the solution. Sometimes the solution is very simple. Sometimes the solution is talking to the banks. And let's make something very clear. Most banks employ people who are very reasonable. 99% of people working for banks are ordinary people like you and I. Yes, there's one or two who believe that it's their goal and their life's work to make sure that they get the money that you owe them and they kick you out of your house or home or out of your business. But the majority of people working for banks are everyday people who have the same challenges, the same problems we all have. They still need an umbrella when it rains. They still need an overcoat when it's cold. They're the same as you and I. So we have to use these people to help us. And one of the simplest things to do to manage the stress is that when you do get a letter from a bank and you do owe money, is to respond to it. You don't have to ring them, but you can write to them. And when you write to a bank, when you owe them money, the thing you need to say is very simple. You have to ask them for help. First of all, explain why you can't pay. It could be because you've lost your job. Maybe you're not getting overtime. Maybe your hours have been cut. Maybe someone in the family is sick and you need the money. It could be a major amount of reasons. But if you write back to them, explaining very simply what your problem is and asking for their help, you'd be amazed the amount of banks that will write back with maybe a few possible solutions. Solutions like reducing your monthly repayments, interest only, maybe freezing the loan for a while to give you time to get back on your feet. Most banks don't want your home back. Most banks want the money back. And everyone knows that the majority of people who take out a bank loan take it out with the sole purpose of paying it back. They don't take it out not to pay it back. And that's the reality. I'll give you a little story. When I closed down one of my companies, Doherty Advertising, because we were hit for extremely large bad debt, I agreed with the banks that they could appoint a receiver. But as the whole thing developed, the letters from the receiver used to come to me on a Friday evening. So when I get back from work on a Friday afternoon or Friday evening, or get home to the house, wherever I was, there's the letters on Friday evening waiting for me. I'd open them, I'd worry about them, and the whole weekend I was sick to my stomach, worrying about what to do on Monday. But the worry was made worse, and the stress, because there was no one I could talk to over the weekend. My solicitor wasn't working the weekend. People who I know could have helped me weren't working the weekend and were out with their families, so nobody was interested on the weekends. So my simple solution that I did, and I still do it to this day, I never open my mail on a Friday. No, there's no point. Unless I'm waiting for a huge check, or the lottery has just called me to say I've won the lottery. No, I don't open my mail on a Friday. So that's a simple solution that worked for me. So what I'm saying is, if you do owe somebody money and the bank is chasing you, the first thing you need to do is open those letters Monday to Thursday and write back and explain your position. Explain and ask for help. Most of them will give you help. And that's one way to relieve the stress, because the stress builds up because of the worry. Have you ever got a letter from the bank in the post and you're looking at it, and the thoughts that go through your head that could be inside that envelope? Maybe they're going to send the heavies down. Maybe they're going to send someone from outer space to take you and bring you back somewhere else. Maybe in the next 10 minutes they're going to knock on your door and demand back the keys. But what happens? You open the envelope and it's always, most times, much less dramatic than you thought it was. So you have to open a letter, but you have to respond. You have to ask them for help. And it makes a huge difference when you do, because you'd be surprised the response you may get. And as I said, money should not be the reason someone takes their own life. It's only money. We'll all find a way to pay it back at some stage. If you have a loan over 10 years, it might take you 50 years. But the point is, it shouldn't cost a person's life. It's only money. And we can manage the stress in simple ways. Simple ways like writing back. Simple ways like talking to other people and asking for help. Simple reasons by phoning a friend, going out for a coffee and telling them that you're in trouble and what can you help. And you know, most people will help you. They won't give you the money to pay back the loan, but they may give you practical solutions, or they might sit with you or help you write that letter or make that phone call. So don't be shy, don't be scared, ask for help. And if you need help off us, email me, mark@rightframeacademy.com, and I'll give you any help and advice I can, free of charge, to help you get through this patch. Because I don't want to see anybody else worried or losing their life because of money. And I've been there. I've dealt with banks. I'm still dealing with banks. We all do in some shape or form. And you know, having that stress and those problems is all part of life. The day you stop having them and we have no more stress and no more problems, we're probably been buried underneath 6 feet of clay. So it is all part of life. And the challenge for us all is how we manage that on a daily basis. And what we do to help ourselves. Because life is not supposed to be stressful. Life is supposed to be happy in some shape and form. Yes, some stress with wearing kids and families and other stuff, but in the main, we should wake up with a smile on our face in the mornings and look forward to the day ahead and not dread it, and not dread the day, the week or the month ahead or the years ahead. We should look forward to what's going to happen to us. We should look forward to how we're going to develop, the people we're going to meet and the experiences we're going to have. So, as I said, if you need help or advice and you're under financial pressure and you want help or advice from myself, as I said, this is free advice. Email me, mark@rightframeacademy.com, and I'll see can I help you get over the problems you're facing at the moment. Thanks very much for listening. And if you do have any comments you want to post on this video, I'd appreciate it. Okay, thank you. Goodbye. Now, just before you go, just to say to you, we have developed a number of these videos to help you and your business be more, to help you get motivated and to help you with some of the skills you may be looking for. They're just a taster of what we do in Right Frame Academy. You see a sample on my left hand side now of some of the videos we've done. If you would like any more information on our programs, on our courses, email me, mark@rightframeacademy.com.